My name is Esther Carter and I'm currently a Sports Science Master's student and an Associate Lecturer at the University of Lincoln. Today I'll be speaking about my undergraduate dissertation study titled A Comparison of the Effects of Effect-Regulated Green and Indoor Exercise on Psychological Outcomes in University Students. With the prevalence of psychological distress in students being high at around 22 to 84% of students, it seemed important to assess how easily accessible forms of exercise in terms of indoor and outdoor walking and running could alleviate these negative symptoms. Furthermore, the aim was to assess how effect-regulated exercise, which is a form of exercise intensity standardization that has not been previously used in green exercise, could be used effectively in students with varying levels of exercise engagement and experience. Therefore, the aim of this study was to compare the acute effects of green exercise and indoor exercise on psychological outcomes when university undergraduate students were asked to exercise at an intensity that felt at least good. In this study, 18 undergraduate university students were recruited. A repeated measures experimental design was employed with a counterbalanced random allocation to 3 conditions lasting 20 minutes each: green exercise on an AstroTurf, indoor exercise on a lab treadmill, and a control group. In the exercising conditions, participants performed a self-paced walk or run. The participants were instructed to self-select their pace by sticking between a +3 or a good and a +5 or very good on the feeling scale. This allowed for the effect-regulated exercise component. In the control condition, participants completed 4 letter searching tasks similar to a study by Smith and Miles in 1987 and 2 listening tasks from the iDichotic app. Measures of anxiety using the STAI and stress using the PSS were taken before and after the activities. Enjoyment measures using the PACES scale were taken after the activity, with effect measures using the feeling scale taken throughout the exercising conditions as a manipulation check. In terms of psychological distress, our hypotheses were partially supported, so participants reported significantly reduced levels of stress after the exercise conditions compared to the control group, but no differences were seen between the exercise conditions. The green exercise condition elicited a large reduction in stress, whereas a moderate decline was found after the indoor exercise condition. For anxiety, a significant effect for time was revealed, indicating that anxiety scores decreased from pre to post condition. However, no significant changes were found in anxiety after each condition. It should be noted, however, that the mean scores for anxiety did decrease from pre to post intervention in both exercise groups, and the condition effect was medium to large and approaching significance. Also, large reductions in anxiety were evident after the green exercise condition compared to the indoor exercise condition. Overall, these results suggest that exercise is effective in reducing psychological distress, with green exercise having the potential to confer additional benefits. When comparing the average effect scores between exercise conditions, no significant differences between green and indoor conditions were found, suggesting that the novel use of effect-regulated exercise in green and indoor exercise settings was successful. In terms of enjoyment, the exercise conditions were significantly more enjoyable than the control condition. However, there were no significant differences between enjoyment in green and indoor conditions. It is noteworthy, however, that the green exercise condition produced a more enjoyable experience for the participants than the indoor exercise condition when assessing the mean scores and effect sizes. These results suggest that effect-regulated exercise can successfully be used to provide an enjoyable exercising experience for university students. A primary contribution of the current study is that it provides initial evidence of the efficacy of effect-regulated exercise prescription in university students, both in green and indoor exercise environments. The effect size of the reduction in stress is greater than figures reported in previous studies examining psychological distress variables using self-selected or non-instructed exercise intensities. This suggests that exercising at an intensity that feels good can produce additional benefits for psychological health in university students. However, further research is needed regarding effect-regulated exercise. The findings also indicate that engaging in short bouts of green or indoor exercise were more beneficial for reducing stress and increasing enjoyment than sedentary behaviour in university students, and had a positive effect on anxiety. Green locations potentially conferred additional benefits for reducing symptoms of psychological distress and increasing enjoyment when compared to an indoor location when assessing the effect sizes of the results. Overall, the findings provide preliminary evidence of the efficacy of effect-regulated exercise for reducing psychological distress and increasing exercise enjoyment in university undergraduate students.